Hi, this is Kristen Shank. This is my entrepreneurial business plan for Covenant Construction Company for Business 506 Entrepreneurship with Dr. Thomas Berliner for 2025. Covenant Construction Company was founded with a simple but powerful belief that building a home should be an active service, not just a business transaction. Based in Wichita, Kansas, we are a faith-driven remodeling firm committed to integrity, excellence, and craftsmanship that glorifies God. Our mission is to build homes and communities with faith at the foundation, strengthening families while serving with honesty and care. Instead of competing on price, like most contractors, Covenant Construction follows a blue ocean strategy that creates a relationship-centered experience. We offer transparent pricing, prayer optional planning sessions, sustainable building materials, and a lifetime warranty education, setting a new standard for faith-aligned construction. As a limited liability company, we combine professional protection with biblical stewardship. Our startup costs are estimated at about $150,000, funded through an SBA loan with a target profit margin between 15 to 20% and a break-even point around $375,000. Our greatest strengths are faith-centered culture, premium craftsmanship, and a deep client relationship that is built on trust. We are guided by Proverbs 16:3 that states, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." We are dedicated to transforming spaces, serving people, and building with purpose that lasts. In this section, I will introduce Covenant Construction Company, who we are, what we stand for, and how our strategy sets us apart. Covenant Construction was founded on a belief that excellence and faith can exist side by side in the construction industry. Our mission is to build homes and communities with integrity, excellence, and faith at the foundation, delivering real solutions that will serve people and glorify God. Our vision is to become the nation's most trusted Christian-based construction partner, known for not just what we build, but for how we build, with honesty, craftsmanship, and care. The core values that drive everyday decisions are integrity, excellence, faith, stewardship, and service. These principles shape how we treat our clients, manage resources, and lead our team. Covenant Construction follows a blue ocean strategy, which means we step away from competing in the crowded red ocean of price-driven contractors, and instead we create an uncontested market space where faith, transparency, and relationships are central to the customer experience. We eliminate impersonal bidding and reduce wasteful competition. We raise the standard of craftsmanship and trust, and we create a new value through prayer optional planning, sustainable design, and a lifetime warranty education. Just as Cirque du Soleil transformed the circus industry by redefining what audiences value, Covenant Construction is redefining what homeowners value: peace of mind, trust, and partnership, which is rooted in faith. Guided by Proverbs 16:3, we stand by, commit to the Lord with whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And we rely on God's wisdom to direct our path as we build homes and relationships that last. At Covenant Construction Company, our mission and vision is to define not only what we build, but why we build. Our mission is simple, yet it is powerful: to build homes and communities with integrity, excellence, and faith at the foundation. Every project we take on is a new opportunity to serve people, strengthen families, and glorify God through honest craftsmanship and purposeful design. Our vision is to become the nation's most trusted Christian-based construction partner that is going to be known for transforming spaces and lives with passion, precision, and purpose. And these guiding statements remind us that success is not measured only in profits or projects completed, but also in the impact that we leave on the people that we serve. We see every chance to build a home as a ministry opportunity and a chance to build both structurally and spiritually. And at Covenant Construction Company, we follow a blue ocean strategy, which is the strategic approach that moves us beyond traditional price-based competition and into a space that is defined by faith, trust, and relationships. In most construction markets, companies compete in what's known as the red ocean, which is overcrowded with contractors fighting for the same customers, undercutting prices, and sacrificing quality. Covenant Construction chooses a different path. Our blue ocean strategy is built on the relationship-centered, faith-integrated model that creates an uncontested value for our clients. We eliminate impersonal bidding, and we reduce unnecessary costs or waste that do not add value. Instead, we raise the standard through transparency, spiritual engagement, and exceptional craftsmanship. Most importantly, we create unique offerings such as prayer optional planning sessions, sustainable design options, and lifetime warranty education as stated previously, for services that turn every remodeling project into a trusted partnership rather than a transaction. And this approach is inspired by the same principles that allowed other companies to redefine themselves just as we are doing as well. And at Covenant Construction, our difference is purpose. We build to not just profit, but to bring integrity, faith, and excellence to an industry that needs all three. Our goal is to serve homeowners and organizations who want more than a contractor. They want a partner who shares their values. This slide breaks down Covenant Construction Company's blue ocean strategy into 4 key actions: eliminate, reduce, raise, and create. First, we eliminate these elements and make most construction experiences stressful and impersonal, and things like bid-only competition, vague allowances, and low price wins mentality. And our clients deserve much better than that. Secondly, we reduce inefficiencies that cause frustration, such as unnecessary change orders, inconsistent subcontractor work, and poor communication. By simplifying the process and staying transparent, we save both time and money for our customers. Third, we raise the standards that truly matter: craftsmanship, schedule reliability, transparency, and ongoing client education. Every project includes clear expectations, honest pricing, and high-quality materials that are chosen with care. And finally, we create what the industry has been missing: a relationship-centered experience built on faith and trust. This includes prayer optional planning sessions, stewardship grade material options, and a lifetime warranty walkthrough that empowers our clients long after the construction ends. Together, these 4 actions form the foundation of our blue ocean approach, allowing Covenant Construction to serve homeowners in a way that is not only professional, but deeply personal and purpose-driven. Here we'll examine the market that Covenant Construction Company serves: the customers, the industry, and the city that makes our vision possible. Our target segments include faith-oriented families and individuals who want to work with a business that shares their values, middle to upper income homeowners who have the means to invest in quality remodeling, and community-invested clients such as churches, Christian schools, and nonprofits that need trusted partners for renovation projects. Together, these groups represent a large values-driven market in Wichita and surrounding areas. From an industry standpoint, Covenant operates the NAICS code 236118 residential remodelers. This is a multi-billion-dollar segment in the U.S. economy supported by aging housing stock and the growing trend of improving existing homes rather than relocating. While national profit margins average between 4 to 8%, our commitment to disciplined stewardship and transparent pricing positions us to reach 15 to 20% profitability without sacrificing the integrity or quality. Wichita, Kansas provides an ideal location for launch. The metro area has about 650,000 residents and a moderate cost of living and a strong Christian community culture. This city's median home age is 45 years old, creates steady demand for remodeling and modernization. Its central U.S. location keeps logistics and labor costs manageable. We recognize that Wichita's community orientation and family-first values align perfectly with our faith-based mission. In Psalm 127:1, it reminds us that unless the Lord builds the house, the builder's labor is in vain. And at Covenant Construction, every project, from a kitchen remodel to a church renovation, begins with that truth that is in mind. And we build not for just profit, but again, with purpose, trusting that our work serves both our clients and God's plan for our community. Here we will take a closer look at who Covenant Construction Company serves and why our mission aligns so well with their needs. Our first and largest segment is faith-oriented households. Families and individuals who want to work with a business that shares their Christian values. For them, remodeling a home isn't just about improving a space, it's about partnering with a company that can trust to honor their beliefs and their commitments. The second segment includes middle to upper income homeowners, typically earning between $75,000 and $150,000 per year. These families who have the financial means to invest in quality craftsmanship and long-lasting renovations, and who value honesty and reliability over the cheapest bid. Our third segment is made up of community-invested clients, local churches, faith-based schools, and nonprofit organizations that see construction as an extension of their mission. They look for contractors who will deliver excellence while respecting both their budgets and their values. Together, these segments create a unique market where the spiritual alignment and professional integrity come together, and by serving these groups, Covenant Construction builds more than homes. We build trust, relationships, and community impact that endures. One of the most defining trends shaping Covenant Construction market is the growing interest in faith-oriented consumer behavior. Across the United States, more individuals are seeking businesses that align with their personal beliefs and values. And according to research from Pew and other cultural studies, faith continues to play a meaningful role in how people make purchasing and partnership decisions, especially in family and community-focused industries like home building and remodeling. This trend shows steady, measurable growth over the past several years. Consumers are no longer just comparing price or convenience. They are also looking for authenticity, integrity, and assured moral principles. For Covenant Construction, that alignment is at heart with who we are. By offering transparency, service, and openly faith-based approach, this position to meet their needs and this expanding audience. The next important trend is influencing Covenant Construction's opportunity in the Wichita market is median household income growth. Over the past several years in the Wichita area, they have experienced steady income increases, moving from roughly $61,000 to about $65,000 on average. This upward trend is significant because it signals stronger financial stability among homeowners and more discretionary spending available for homeowner renovations and upgrades. Many families are choosing to remodel instead of relocate, investing in their existing homes to improve comfort, efficiency, and resale value. This behavior aligns perfectly with Covenant Construction's value proposition, providing high-quality, faith-based remodeling that offers both craftsmanship and integrity. As income levels rise, so do the high demands for premium and trustworthy service providers. Homeowners are seeking contractors who deliver more than just a finished product. They want a partner that they can trust. Covenant Construction is positioned to serve this growing middle to upper income demographic with transparent pricing, professional excellence, and stewardship of every dollar invested. The final market trend driving growth for Covenant Construction Company is the rising demand for sustainable, eco-friendly renovations. Across the construction industry, more homeowners are choosing environmentally responsible materials and energy-efficient solutions. National report shows steady increases and the number of remodeling projects that include green features such as improved insulation, energy-efficient windows, solar readiness, and water-saving fixtures. For Covenant Construction, this shift represents both a market opportunity and a spiritual calling. As believers, we view sustainability through the lens of stewardship, the responsibility God gives us to care for His creation. Genesis 2:15 reminds us that humanity was placed in the garden to work it and take care of it. By integrating sustainable materials and building practices into our projects, we not only meet customer expectations, but we also live out our faith in tangible ways. These environmentally responsible renovations appeal to homeowners who want their investments to reflect both good sense and good stewardship. Ultimately, Covenant Construction stands at the intersection of quality, faith, and sustainability, providing a path for homeowners to make choices that are beautiful, lasting, and aligned with their values. And in this section, we look at the broader industry and location factors that make Wichita, Kansas, an ideal place for Covenant Construction Company to grow. Again, Covenant Construction operates under the NAICS Code 236118, residential remodelers, and it's a segment of the U.S. construction industry that continues to show steady demand due to an aging housing stock and rising focus on home improvement. Across the country, millions of homes were built before 1980 and now require updates for safety, energy efficiency, and modernization, driving consistent remodeling opportunities year after year. Average profit margins for remodelers typically range from 4 to 8%. However, through disciplined stewardship, cost control, and faith-based integrity, Covenant aims for a target margin between 15 to 20%, allowing for sustainable growth while maintaining fair pricing for clients. Wichita, Kansas provides a strategic location for launch, and its city's population of roughly 400,000 and a metro area approaching about 650,000 offers a diverse customer base with strong community values. Wichita's median household income is about $63,000, and combined with a homeownership rate of nearly 60% and a median home age of 45 years old. And this creates an ideal condition for a thriving remodeling business. Additional advantages include the city's central U.S. location, which lowers the transportation and logistics costs, and a culture of faith and family which aligns closely with our mission and our values. Of course, there are challenges, including the competition from established general contractors and exposure to fluctuations in the aviation and manufacturing sectors. However, Covenant's faith-based differentiation, transparent pricing, and relationship-centered approach will help mitigate these risks. And we also continue to remind ourselves of Psalms 127:1, where it states, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builder's labor is in vain." And this verse isn't just symbolic, but it also represents our belief that when we build with a purpose and integrity, the foundation will always stand strong. To understand Covenant Construction Company's positioning, it's important to look at the competitive landscape in Wichita's remodeling and renovation industry. The market is populated by small to mid-general contractors who compete mainly on price and speed. Many of these firms offer solid craftsmanship, but they operate what we call a red ocean, a crowded space where contractors underbid each other, rely on impersonal bidding platforms, and often sacrifice quality and communication to stay competitive. In contrast, Covenant Construction occupies a different position. Our strategy emphasizes trust, transparency, and purpose, not just transactions. And by combining premium craftsmanship with the faith-based values that we offer, we serve in a niche audience that traditional contractors often overlook: homeowners and organizations that are seeking integrity-driven partnerships. Where others focus on short-term profits, Covenant focuses on long-term relationships. We integrate prayer, optional planning, sustainable materials, and ongoing client education. Unique offerings that make us both distinctive and irreplaceable. Competitors may match our pricing, our services, but they cannot easily replicate our culture of faith, stewardship, and personal connection. This creates a powerful competitive moat that aligns with our resource-based view, advantages that are valuable, rare, and difficult to imitate. In short, while others compete on cost, Covenant competes on character, and that's what sets us apart in the marketplace. This slide here will illustrate what Covenant Construction Company stands in the Wichita remodeling market using simple positioning map. So the horizontal axis represents a price tier ranging from budget to premium, and the vertical axis represents a value alignment measuring how closely a company's principles and ethics connect with its clients. Most general contractors cluster in the lower half of the map, competing in the budget to mid-range price category with limited focus on client relationships or shared values. These firms typically attract customers seeking the lowest bid, but not necessarily long-term trust. Covenant Construction, however, is positioned with an upper right quadrant, offering mid to premium level pricing, paired with a high level of faith-based and ethical alignment. Our focus isn't on being the cheapest option, but providing transparent pricing, superior craftsmanship, and authentic partnerships built on trust. This strategic position allows us to serve a distinctive group of customers who both value quality and conviction. It's a blue ocean space where spiritual connection, integrity, and professional excellence intersect, creating a market niche that others rarely occupy. And in essence, we're not just building homes, we're building relationships anchored in faith and trust. And that's what keeps Covenant Construction above the competition, both in values and in vision. This portion of our plan will outline the corporate structure and the legal foundation Covenant Construction Company. Choosing the right structure isn't just a business decision, it's a stewardship responsibility. And we evaluated all 4 primary business forms: a sole proprietorship, which offers simplicity but exposes personal assets; a partnership, which allows shared capital but carries joint liability; a corporation, which provides capital access but can shift focus toward a shareholder profit; and a limited liability company, or LLC. After careful comparison, we selected the LLC structure because it provides the best balance between professionalism, protection, and purpose. It shields family assets from business risk, allows flexibility in taxation, and supports management that aligns with our Christian values. This model gives us credibility in the market space while maintaining freedom to lead according to faith and integrity. Our compliance plan includes completing all necessary registrations with the City of Wichita business license, Sedgwick County contractor's registration, Kansas LLC formation, and a federal EIN from the IRS. We also maintain general workers' compensation and auto insurance policies and follow OSHA standards to protect our team and clients. Renewal dates and documentation are all tracked in a compliance calendar to ensure ongoing accountability. From a biblical perspective, this structure honors the principle in 1 Corinthians 10:31. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do it for the glory of God. And by operating as an LLC, Covenant Construction can protect its people and resources while staying faithful to its mission of building with integrity and purpose. After selecting the LLC structure for Covenant Construction Company, the next step is ensuring full legal compliance at every level: city, county, state, and federal. This not only protects our business, but also reflects our commitment to integrity and transparency in every operation. At the city level, we'll obtain the Wichita business license, which authorizes local operations to ensure that we meet all zoning and safety requirements. At the county level, we'll complete Sedgwick County contractor registration, which is a mandatory step for all construction firms operating in the area. This certification confirms that all our technical qualifications, insurance coverage, and adherence to building codes. For the state of Kansas, we'll file the Articles of Organization with the Kansas Secretary of State to officially establish Covenant Construction Company as a limited liability company. And this provides the legal protection and credibility needed to operate professionally. At the federal level, we will apply for an Employer Identification Number, or EIN, through the IRS. This is essential for hiring employees, managing taxes, and maintaining compliance with labor laws. Additionally, we'll maintain general liability insurance, workers' compensation, and a OSHA safety plan to ensure full protection for our clients and our employees. For Covenant Construction, compliance isn't just a legal requirement, it is also a moral responsibility of ours. As Colossians 3:23 reminds us that whatever you do it with all of your heart as working for the Lord. By operating above reproach, we strengthen both our reputation and our witness, building a foundation of trust that's as strong as the structures that we create. Here we're going to explore how Covenant Construction Company integrates social media into its marketing and community outreach strategy. For us, social media is not just a sales tool, we also use it as a way to serve, educate, and build trust. Peer-reviewed research shows us that small and medium-sized enterprises benefit greatly from social media marketing. Studies from Ghana and Algeria found that social media capabilities directly enhance brand equity, reduce promotional costs, and improve overall firm performance. For Covenant, these platforms help us connect with homeowners and organizations who value integrity and faith-based service. The advantages are clear that social media provides cost-effective visibility, fosters brand awareness, and strengthens relationships through real customer testimonials. However, it also brings challenges such as limited resources, dependence on ever-changing algorithms, and the temptation to measure success in likes instead of lasting impact. But we are guided by Romans 12:2, which reminds us not to conform to the patterns of the world, and that Covenant Construction will use social media responsibly as a platform of stewardship and service and not self-promotion. Our strategy is simple but effective, and we'll start with Facebook and Instagram, where before and after photos of client stories perform best. We'll target local zip codes around Wichita, monitor cost per lead performance, and continuously refine the campaigns for efficiency. We'll also post weekly project highlights, educational remodeling tips, and messages that reflect our values of honesty, craftsmanship, and faith. Every post, comment, and campaign reflects who we are, a company that builds not just homes but hope. Through authenticity and service, our digital presence will mirror our mission to glorify God while transforming the communities we serve. One of the most effective ways for Covenant Construction Company to expand visibility and trust in our market is through social media marketing. And social media allows small businesses to reach their audience with precision and authenticity. And for us, it's an opportunity to not just share what we do, but why we do it. And research from peer-reviewed studies confirms that social media marketing significantly improves firms' performance by reducing costs and increasing customer engagement. For Covenant Construction, the advantages are clear. Social media helps us increase visibility, build credibility, engage directly, reduce advertising costs, and beyond marketing benefits, it's also a ministry opportunity. It's a way for us to let the light shine digitally, as Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." And by using social media to serve and uplift, not just sell, Covenant Construction extends its mission beyond the job site and into the lives of those we're called to impact. And here this slide will outline Covenant Construction's 12-month social media and marketing channel campaign. This is a roadmap designed to balance consistency, stewardship, and measurable growth. In the first quarter, we're going to focus on the foundation and awareness. We'll launch our Facebook and Instagram pages, establish brand visuals, and begin posting twice weekly, showcasing before and after remodels, testimonials, and behind-the-scenes project insights. Paid ads will be tested and targeted within the Wichita zip codes to gauge engagement and optimize audience targeting. In the second quarter, we'll shift to trust and engagement. This includes running testimonial campaigns, highlighting our sustainable practices, and integrating short video content that reinforces our faith-driven values. We'll also start capturing leads through website opt-ins and automated follow-ups via our Go High Level CRM. By the third quarter, we'll focus on growth and community connection, partnering with local churches and nonprofit organizations for co-branded service projects, leveraging user-generated content, and encouraging online reviews to build credibility. Finally, in the fourth quarter, our efforts will center on retention and referrals. We'll implement a gratitude campaign, thanking clients publicly and privately, and retargeting satisfied homeowners with maintenance and upgrade offers for the next coming year. Here we're going to focus truly on what sets Covenant Construction Company apart, which is our core competencies and our competitive advantages. And that will drive our long-term success. First, our faith-centered organizational culture is the foundation of everything that we do. Every decision, project, and customer interaction is rooted in biblical principles of honesty, stewardship, and service. We encourage prayerful planning, transparent contracts, and respectful collaboration. This faith alignment builds deep trust with our clients and our team. Second, we combine premium craftsmanship and sustainable practices. We use energy-efficient materials and eco-friendly designs that honor Genesis 2:15, which calls us to care for our creation. High-quality workmanship paired with responsible resource use strengthens our reputation and our profitability. And third, we prioritize high-touch relationship management. Instead of one-touch transactions, we build long-term partnerships through personalized discovery meetings, education about warranties, and ongoing support. This relational approach creates loyal customers who become advocates for our brand. When analyzed through the resource-based view, the RBV framework, these three advantages are valuable, rare, and difficult to imitate, and not substitutable. The key VRIN criteria that sustain competitive edge, and competitors can copy our tactics, but not our heart or our authenticity. Our faith integration is not an afterthought. It is our operating system. And as Proverbs 16:3 teaches us, commit to the Lord with whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. And by aligning our business excellence with spiritual purpose, Covenant Construction is built to last in craftsmanship, character, and community impact. At the heart of Covenant Construction Company, our company's core competencies and our strengths set us apart to ensure long-term success. Our first core competency is our faith-centered culture. Everything we do begins with integrity, transparency, and commitment to serve. We incorporate prayerful planning when clients request it, and treat every project as an opportunity to reflect God's love through excellence and honesty. This approach builds deep trust and credibility with every customer that we serve. Our second competency is premium craftsmanship combined with sustainability. We don't just build for beauty, we build for longevity, and every material, process, and partnership reflects our responsibility to care for God's creation. Third, we emphasize high-touch client relationships. From the first consultation to post-project follow-up, our process is personal, transparent, and service-driven. We offer education on maintenance and warranties so that homeowners feel empowered and confident long after completion. Each of these competencies work together to reinforce our mission to build homes, communities, and relationships that are rooted in faith and integrity. Again, Matthew 5:16 reminds us that we that to let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And for Covenant Construction, that light shines through our work, our words, and the way that we serve every client. When we analyze Covenant Construction Company through our resource-based view, or RBV framework, these three sustainable competitive advantages emerge that are rare, valuable, difficult to imitate, and are non-substitutable. The first is our faith-integrated brand identity. Our company culture is built on authenticity, honesty, and purpose. Competitors can copy our pricing and marketing tactics, but they cannot replicate our genuine faith-driven conviction. This authenticity attracts customers who want alignment between their beliefs and businesses that they support. The second is our combination of sustainability and craftsmanship excellence. Many contractors focus on one or another, their eco-friendly design or high-end finishes, but Covenant seamlessly blends both. Every project reflects care and creation in the commitment to quality. That blends with ethical responsibility and skilled execution, which is rare in the remodeling industry. Third, we have the relational service model that turns on one-time projects into lifelong partnerships, from prayer optional planning to warranty education and post-project check-ins. We stay connected long after the last nail is placed. And that ongoing relationship can't be bought or replaced, and it's earned. Together, these three advantages create a protective moat around the Covenant Construction Company, one that is rooted not in competition but conviction. Here we'll discuss the financial foundation of Covenant Construction Company, how we plan to fund, manage, and sustain our business with integrity and faith. Every great business needs a solid financial plan, and here at Covenant Construction, ours is built with stewardship and not speculation. Startup costs, again, are projected at around $150,000, covering essential tools, a work vehicle, licensing, insurance, technology, systems, marketing, and initial working capital. To fund this, we evaluated two main sources, which were the Small Business Administration SBA 7A loan program and angel investors. And while angel investors can provide capital and connections, they often require equity and oversight that may conflict with our mission. So the SBA loan offers more mission-aligned path, and it's affordable, flexible, and allows Covenant Construction to maintain full ownership and control of its values. Our financial projections show a target net profit margin between 15 to 20% and a break-even point near $375,000 and a current ratio of 2.0, indicating strong liquidity. We aim to maintain a gross profit margin of 35%, keeping overhead below 20% of total revenue. These ratios reflect sustainable profitability while ensuring that we can reinvest in our people, equipment, and community projects. Faith remains central to our financial philosophy, where Proverbs 21:5 reminds us that the plans of diligent lead surely to abundance. And we believe diligence, discipline, and transparency in managing God's resources lead not only to the financial health, but also to the community impact and long-term trust. Covenant Construction's approach to money is simple: steward it well and use it wisely, and make every dollar serve both people and purpose. A strong financial foundation begins with clear, realistic planning. And again, for Covenant Construction Company, we're estimating the startup costs around $150,000, which is going to allow us to launch with excellence, stability, and accountability. Major expenses, including the equipment and tools and reliable work vehicles, the comprehensive licensing and insurance, as well as the legal startups to ensure compliance at every level. We're also going to invest in marketing, branding, and CRM systems to support client engagement and lead management, as well as basic office and technology infrastructure to handle operations efficiently. Finally, we are going to include a buffer of working capital to manage early cash flow needs during our first projects. This ensures the company can operate smoothly without financial strain, while establishing a reputation of professionalism and trust. Our approach is grounded in stewardship, budgeting carefully, tracking every expense, and reinvesting wisely. And as Luke 14:28 reminds us, suppose that one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost and see if you have enough to complete it? Here at Covenant Construction, we believe financial preparation honors God's provision and ensuring that we build not just for profit, but for long-term purpose. In evaluating funding options for Covenant Construction Company, we examined both the SBA loan and the angel investors. And again, not only comparing financial factors, but we also how each aligns with our mission and faith-based principles. The SBA loan provides affordable financing designed for small businesses, and its low interest rates and long-term repayment terms were making it ideal for building a solid foundation without giving up equity. And the trade-off is the need of collateral, strong documentation, and clear business plan. But those requirements align perfectly with our disciplined, transparent approach anyways. And on the other hand, angel investors can offer quick access to capital and valuable industry connections. However, this path often requires giving up ownership and accepting external input that may not always align with our company's spiritual and ethical visions. While angels can accelerate growth, they can also create the pressure to prioritize profit over purpose. And that is a trade-off that we were not willing to make. And after careful prayer and analysis, we've chosen the SBA loan. It protects what matters most, which is our independence and our integrity, as well as our mission to glorify God through our work. The financial health of Covenant Construction Company is grounded in diligence, discipline, and faith-based stewardship. Our key financial ratios and performance targets provide a clear picture of how we'll measure success while maintaining both stability and integrity. We're projecting a net profit margin of around 20%, which places us above the national average for residential remodelers, typically between 4 to 8%. This higher margin reflects not inflated pricing, but efficient operations, strong client relationships, and repeat business from trusted referrals. Our break-even point is calculated at approximately $375,000 in annual revenue, ensuring that we can cover fixed costs, reinvest in our tools, team, and sustain long-term profitability. The current ratio of 2.0 indicates that our current assets are twice our current liabilities, and strong indicator of liquidity and responsible cash flow management. We've also set the gross margin target of 35% and an overhead ratio of 20%, maintaining a disciplined balance between growth and operational efficiency. These ratios are not just numbers, they're also benchmarks of stewardship, and Proverbs 21:5 says that the plan of diligence leads surely to abundance. At Covenant Construction Company, success depends solely on operational excellence, full compliance, and proactive risk management, all grounded in integrity and accountability. Operationally, we focus on streamlined project management, using scheduling systems and progress tracking to ensure that each renovation runs efficiently and on time. Quality control is central to our process, supported by the standardized checklists, job site inspections, and reliable subcontractor partnerships that share our values in craftsmanship and safety. In terms of compliance, Covenant Construction maintains all requirement licenses and business registrations, including Wichita Business License, Sedgwick County Contractors Registration, and Kansas LLC filings with the Secretary of State. And again, we're also going to be holding the federal EIN for payroll and tax purposes to adhere to OSHA safety standards. Additionally, we will carry workers' compensation and general liability insurance to protect both our clients and our employees. And to manage risk, we use clear, transparent contracts, defined change order policies, and maintain financial reserves to cushion against unexpected project costs. We emphasize continuous safety training, ethical leadership, and biblical decision making in every situation. The operations playbook is the backbone of how Covenant Construction Company delivers consistency, quality, and care from the first consultation to long after the project is complete. It begins with project planning and intake, and each client starts with a discovery meeting to discuss their vision, budget, and priorities. We provide clear, honest, and estimates and offer prayer optional planning for clients who wish to integrate faith into the process. Every project begins with transparency, no surprises, and no fine print. Next comes execution and quality control. Our field teams follow structured schedules and milestone check-ins. Daily progress reports, inspections, and hands-on supervision ensures that every project reflects excellence and safety. We partner with trusted subcontractors who share our values and craftsmanship, as well as accountability. And our third pillar is our communication and client experience, where our clients will have access to a dedicated project portal where they can view updates, photos, and invoices in real time. We believe that honesty builds trust, so we communicate proactively, especially when challenges arise. Finally, we emphasize post-project stewardship, and each client receives a warranty walkthrough, maintenance education, and follow-up visit to ensure long-term satisfaction. We also send thank you gifts to encourage referrals as part of our covenant of care. For every business faces risk, and at Covenant Construction Company, we approach risk management as an act of stewardship, protecting what God has entrusted to us through preparation, diligence, and integrity. We first challenge the market competition, where Wichita's remodeling industry includes many established general contractors who compete primarily on price. But again, our mitigation strategy is to operate within a blue ocean strategy. Secondly, we consider economic downturns, and slowdown in consumer spending could impact project flow. And to offset this, we'll diversify our client base to include homeowners, churches, and small businesses while maintaining low debt and healthy financial reserves for stability. Third, labor shortage are a growing rise in this nation, and to mitigate this, we invest in long-term relationships with subcontractors, emphasizing company culture and providing leadership rooted in respect and mentorship, qualities that retain good people. Fourth, safety and liability. We are constant concerns in construction. We address these risks through OSHA certified safety procedures, continuous training, and full insurance coverage, including general liabilities, workers' compensation, and finally, reputation and trust management is most valuable asset of ours. A single poor communication or unmet expectation can harm credibility, so our solution is to be proactive, transparent contracts, client portals, and regular updates grounded in honesty and accountability. And as we close this presentation, it's important to emphasize that faith is not an addition to Covenant Construction Company. It is the foundation to everything that we do. Our mission is to build not only homes, but again, hope, serving people with excellence, transparency, and compassion. Every decision from pricing to partnerships is guided by biblical principles that shape how we lead, communicate, and deliver our work. Our guiding scriptures, Proverbs 16:3, Colossians 3:23, Matthew 5:16, all remind us to commit to our work to the Lord and our labor wholeheartedly, and to let our good deeds reflect His light into the world. These verses serve as both our vision statement and our accountability check. And in practice, faith integration means we pray before key decisions, offer prayer optional planning services for our clients who wish to invite faith into their projects, and ensure that every contract and conversation reflects honesty and service. We also plan to reinvest parts of our profits into the community, improvement initiatives, and service projects for local churches and families in need. At Covenant Construction, success isn't measured by revenue alone, but by also relationships that we build, we trust, we earn, and we impact, and the impact that we make. Ultimately, our goal is simple: to glorify God through craftsmanship, service, and love for the people, building structures and that last, and faith that endures. Here are the references that I have used to create my project. And thank you for listening. Have a wonderful evening.